Just routing some of the sensors. The cam sensors are installed, the coolant sensors. Routed the wires down the dipstick tube. It's installed. Just screw it against the head and drop it down in that slot. And there's a washer that goes on it, and a fork, and then this bracket that holds the wires going to the starter and the low oil sending unit and the oil pan. And then the evap solenoid, this rubber piece slipped on the bracket, mounts there in the middle, holds the hose. And plug the knock sensors in. There's still some solenoids and a vacuum reservoir goes on top. And the vacuum emissions and brake boosters plugged in back there. Continuing on, secondary air switch valve, vacuum reservoir, check valve goes into the back of the intake at the oil water separator, plug, brake booster, and there's a little sideline that runs underneath. Junction box and comes out in a plastic line there. Some kind of canister vent or vent for something. Comes out an elbow back there. That's it running here and clip down on the head, and there's the air cleaner. The boxes are fastened down, the coils are fastened down, the ground's fastened down. I'll put the finish fastening the dipstick clamp down, run those wires back to the starter, and put the secondary air pipe in that fastens here on the water pump in the middle, and then 10 millimeters on the head. Well, the belts are back into place. I'm going to mount this secondary air injection deal. I went ahead and put new O-rings on the end of them. The old ones were flattened out. Really wouldn't be that concerned about it, except if this is going into the exhaust area and it leaks past it, it'll bake it. So best to have it sealed up. And there's a plastic ribbed pipe right there that goes on this after it's installed, and this blue vacuum line installed. Secondary air injection. Now it's time for the radiator and the fan shroud. Hold downs for the radiator hoses, and related pipe, and the overflow bottle or fill bottle connection. The sending unit for it. And I gotta fix that leak in that lower pipe O-ring. Once you got your fan nut tightened down 30 or 40 Newton meters, I put the fan shroud with the fan down in there, and then got this water bottle settled in there, and then you want to hook this black snake up, rubber hose underneath of there. Stick it through underneath of it and hook it onto this water bottle. And hook your fill bottle up. After this clamp's tightened down, lock it in with this curved looking piece and put your upper radiator hose on. And we're going to work on this other radiator hose and hose to the alternator housing. Be sure you plug all 3 sensors in down there. Blue water and another switch and a temperature switch. You have to take the radiator cap off, get that piece snapped in, and once it's secure, put your pins in the housing. Push them in. Make sure the fan doesn't hit anything. That hose to that overflow tank has a clip on a metal bracket back here. This one's still working, so otherwise you'd want to zip strap it to something so it don't get in this fan. Touch a seal glide on these. It has a pin for it to line up with. The rest of them usually have a bar sticking up to line them up. Looks good. Got my snake hooked up. Be advised that this fan shroud is fiberglass, and it does get in between your fingers if you're pulling with it without gloves on. Hairy. Check your oil filter hole for metal filings. I had to clean some out of this one. And on top of it, and the filter had metal in it. Hopefully it didn't destroy it. The motor. If you're using a new filter, you have to snap the filter into the lid and then put it down on there so it holds the filter in there. I'm going to fill this chamber half full of oil before I put it in there, so it'll give it a little jump start on priming out all the timing chain workings. And check for any dirt where the sealing ring goes. Purple looking oil. I'm low pressure testing the cooling system before I attempt to install antifreeze in it. You just never know, because of the way I'm going to install antifreeze in it. I'm going to be mixing antifreeze, 60 BMW antifreeze, 40% purified water. I'm going to install this antifreeze with this airlift system. flat. The goal is to fill this so that this stick is level with the opening. I'm gonna run it, and there's probably still air in the system that'll settle down. Probably put some more in it. This system held almost 3 gallons after this process, so be ready with at least 1.5 gallons of antifreeze. 2 gallons preferably. Contact. That's nice. I believe I've done my job well. Smooth as glass too. No leaks so far. I want to turn the heater on high and make sure the heat starts coming out of it and it don't overheat. That airlift should have got all the air out of the cooling system, but I want to make sure not overheat this motor, because that's the worst thing you can do to these holes. The head bolt will rip the threads out of the block because the motor's been cooked. So I'm going to do that and check for leaks on it. It's running nice and smooth. Check for codes or anything, but I think it's alright. It's making the heat already. Go underneath and have a look up, see if there's any oil leak. Looks alright. Looks like the power steering line's starting to leak on it. That leak taken care of. Let it get warmed up and see how it does. Alternator housing sealed, not leaking. I think it's in business. Take it for a little drive and see how it does. Oh man, it's Faraday Geschwindigkeit verboten. It looks like that fixed him up. Noise is going.